In the vast, untamed corners of our world, where the reach of civilization fades and the wild reigns supreme, nature stages its most profound and ancient drama. Here, in these hidden realms, every moment is charged with tension, every shadow conceals a story, and every heartbeat is a testament to survival. These are the wild arenas where the script is written not in ink but in the instinct to survive. The ground is etched with the silent signatures of those who have passed, hoof prints of grazing giants, the delicate imprints of stalking predators, and the hurried scrawls of prey fleeing for their lives. In the lush, waterlogged grasslands of India's Kaziranga, the air is thick with the scent of wet earth and the chorus of unseen creatures. Here life and death are locked in a relentless embrace, each day a new act in an endless play. Within the emerald labyrinth of tall grasses, a tiger moves with ghostly silence, its muscles rippling beneath striped fur as it closes in on unsuspecting prey. In the murky waters, crocodiles lie in wait, their eyes just above the surface, patient and unblinking. Leopards slip through the shadows, masters of stealth, their presence betrayed only by the flick of a tail or the glint of an eye. The world here is painted in vibrant greens and earthy browns, a living mosaic where every rustle in the grass could signal a final, desperate struggle. A sudden burst of birds from the underbrush marks the passage of a predator, while the trembling of leaves hints at a hidden drama unfolding. The very air seems to hum with the tension of existence. Clouds drift across the sky, casting shifting shadows over the plains, while the grass sways in the breeze, concealing and revealing the actors in this eternal play. Every moment is a balance between hunger and caution, between the urge to hunt and the need to hide. Across the oceans, another theatre of survival unfolds under the harsh, brilliant sun of Australia. But here, let us remain in Kaziranga, where the monsoon breathes life into the land and the floodwaters shape the destinies of all who dwell here. The landscape is ever-changing, lush and vibrant in the rains, parched and unforgiving in the dry season. The rhythm of the environment dictates the movements of its inhabitants, forcing them to adapt or perish. In Kaziranga, the cast of characters is as diverse as it is remarkable. The one-horned rhinoceros, armoured and imposing, grazes alongside herds of wild buffalo, each wary of the dangers that lurk in the shadows. Elephants move in silent procession, their massive forms parting the sea of grass, ever alert to the presence of predators. The grasslands are alive with the calls of birds, the rustle of reptiles, and the furtive movements of countless mammals. Every creature, from the smallest rodent to the mightiest carnivore, is both hunter and hunted, bound together in a web of interdependence and competition. The masters of endurance are everywhere. Swamp deer leaping through flooded meadows, wild boar rooting in the mud, and otters slipping through the waterways. Each has carved out a niche, a strategy for survival in a world where the rules are written by tooth and claw. Kaziranga is a living museum of evolutionary marvels, a place where ancient instincts are honed by the challenges of the present. Here the drama of life and death is played out in countless forms, each more astonishing than the last. The fundamental narrative is universal, the ceaseless dance between predator and prey. A sambar deer freezes at the sound of a distant roar, muscles tensed for flight. A wild buffalo lowers its horns, ready to defend its calf against a prowling tiger. The grasslands echo with the sounds of pursuit and escape, of triumph and loss. In Kaziranga, the battles are often explosive and direct, a clash of sheer strength between giants. The ground shakes as elephants charge, trumpeting their dominance, while rhinos and buffaloes lock horns in contests of will and power. Yet not all conflicts are so overt. In the undergrowth, a snake lies coiled, its scales blending perfectly with the earth, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Spiders weave intricate webs, silent traps for the unwary. Every adaptation is a response to the relentless pressure of survival. By observing these incredible animals, we witness the intricate web of life, where every creature, from the mightiest hunter to the most humble herbivore, is an essential thread in the grand tapestry of nature. The eyes of predator and prey alike reflect the same primal urgency, the same unyielding will to live. In Kaziranga, every dawn brings new stories of silent stalks through the mist, of sudden chases across open plains, of narrow escapes and hard-won victories. The sun rises over a land where every day is a test, and every life is a story of resilience. Witness the patient hunt of a serpent eagle, its keen eyes scanning the grass for the faintest movement, its wings poised for a sudden, decisive strike. See the epic struggle between a python and a crocodile, a battle of strength and endurance at the river's edge, where only one can emerge victorious. Marvel at the great migrations where ancient rhythms drive countless creatures to move as one, their journeys a testament to the power of instinct and the pull of survival. In Kaziranga, every animal has its own strategy. Some rely on speed, others on strength, and still others on the art of concealment. Each adaptation is a masterpiece shaped by the demands of this wild and unpredictable world. Even the most unassuming creatures possess remarkable abilities. Some can digest the toughest plants, others can vanish in plain sight, all united by the drive to endure. These are not mere tales of conflict, they are sagas of adaptation, ingenuity, and the enduring power of life to persist against all odds. In Kaziranga's unseen theatres, the breathtaking beauty and brutal reality of the natural world are revealed in every encounter, every heartbeat, and every fleeting moment of survival. High above the teeming grasslands of Kaziranga, a silent and watchful dominion exists in the treetops. Here the uppermost branches form a living fortress, a world apart, where sunlight filters through a mosaic of leaves and the air is alive with the calls of unseen creatures. This is the realm of the feathered predators, the eagles who survey their world with an intensity that misses nothing. Their presence is felt by every creature below, a constant reminder of the dangers that lurk above. Among the most striking is the crested serpent eagle, a magnificent bird of prey cloaked in dark brown feathers, with a crown-like crest that gives it a regal air. Its plumage blends seamlessly with the dappled shadows, rendering it nearly invisible to the untrained eye. Its eyes, a piercing yellow, are instruments of lethal precision. These orbs are adapted to detect the faintest flicker of movement, even in the dense undergrowth far below. Perched motionless on a high branch, it can wait for hours, a statue of patient lethality. The stillness is deceptive. Every muscle is coiled, every sense attuned to the world beneath the canopy. It is not a hunter of haste, but one of calculated observation, conserving its energy until the perfect moment to strike arrives. The crested serpent eagle is a master of the silent vertical ambush, relying on patience and the element of surprise. When its target is spotted, often a venomous snake slithering through the undergrowth, the crested serpent eagle's descent is a masterpiece of aerodynamics and stealth. Its vision can distinguish the subtle, sinuous movement of a serpent from the rustle of leaves or the scurry of a lizard. It swoops from its perch with barely a whisper of air, its powerful talons extended like grappling hooks. The descent is swift and controlled, guided by instinct and years of experience. These talons are its primary weapons, capable of seizing a struggling viper with a grip that is both crushing and precise. The scales of the snake offer little protection against the eagle's formidable strength. The ensuing battle is a dramatic spectacle, the eagle using its wings to shield itself while its claws do their deadly work. The snake's venomous fangs are met with calculated strikes, the eagle's agility and power overwhelming its prey. Its success in hunting these dangerous reptiles makes it a crucial regulator in the ecosystem, keeping the snake population in check and maintaining a delicate balance. The absence of such a predator would allow venomous serpents to proliferate, altering the intricate web of life within the forest. Sharing the skies of Kaziranga is another formidable hunter, the changeable hawk eagle. This raptor, with its broad wings and keen eyesight, is a master of adaptation, thriving in the ever-shifting tapestry of the forest. True to its name, its plumage varies, but its predatory prowess is constant. The subtle differences in feather patterns allow individuals to blend into different habitats, from dense woodlands to open clearings. It is an agile and versatile hunter, often seen soaring gracefully along the forest edges, its keen eyes scanning the ground and canopy for any sign of movement. The changeable hawk eagle's flight is a study in control, each wing beat calculated to conserve energy while maximizing its field of view. Unlike the patient serpent eagle, the hawk eagle is a more active pursuer, its strategy built on speed and surprise. It launches from its perch with explosive force, closing the distance to its prey in a blur of feathers. Its diet is remarkably diverse, a testament to its adaptability as it preys on everything from lizards and small birds to flying squirrels. The hawk eagle's ability to switch between prey types ensures its survival even as the abundance of each species fluctuates with the seasons, and even unwary baby monkeys, making it a generalist predator that helps control a wide range of species. Its predation shapes the behavior and distribution of its prey, influencing the very structure of the forest community. The lives of these eagles are not solely defined by the hunt. In the quiet moments between, they preen their feathers, bask in the sun, and share silent companionship with their mates. Their courtship rituals are equally compelling, involving intricate aerial displays and resonating calls that echo through the forest. These displays reinforce bonds and establish territories. Their cries are part of the forest's daily chorus. The changeable hawk eagle, for instance, builds a massive nest of dry branches high in the tallest trees, a fortress with a commanding view of its territory. The nest is a marvel of avian engineering, woven tightly to withstand the monsoon winds and shelter the next generation. The female lays a single egg, which both parents guard with fierce devotion. Their vigilance is unyielding as rival raptors and opportunistic scavengers constantly test the boundaries of their domain. This singular focus on one offspring ensures the highest chance of survival for the next generation of aerial hunters. The chick, nourished by the freshest catches, grows rapidly under the watchful eyes of its parents, learning the ways of the canopy from the moment it first opens its eyes. Through their patient care and deadly precision, these eagles embody the cycle of life and death that governs the wild heart of Kaziranga. Their presence ripples through the ecosystem, shaping the destinies of countless creatures and ensuring that the ancient balance of the forest endures high above the world below. On the leaf-littered floor of the Indian forest, beneath the vigilant gaze of circling eagles, a different kind of battle unfolds, a ground-level confrontation that has become legendary in the animal kingdom. Here, the Indian grey mongoose reigns, a small, agile predator whose boldness belies its size. Its slender, ash-grey body and long tail allow it to move swiftly and silently through the undergrowth, always alert for both prey and danger. The mongoose's survival toolkit is impressive. Lightning-fast reflexes, acute senses, and a unique resistance to cobra venom. These adaptations are crucial, for the mongoose's most formidable rival is the king cobra, a master of stealth and lethal precision. The encounter begins with a tense standoff. The king cobra, sensing a threat, rises up, expanding its hood in a display meant to intimidate and warn. The cobra's defensive posture is both a warning and a preparation for attack. Its body coils, muscles tensed, ready to strike with fangs loaded with potent neurotoxin. The mongoose responds by lowering its center of gravity, arching its back and bristling its fur. This not only makes it appear larger, but also creates a protective barrier, reducing the risk of a fatal bite. The battle is a test of patience and agility. The mongoose circles the cobra, darting in and out, provoking the snake to strike. Each attack from the cobra is met with a rapid, calculated leap, timed to avoid the deadly fangs by mere fractions of a second. This dance can last several minutes. The mongoose's strategy is to exhaust the cobra, forcing it to expend energy with every missed strike. The forest floor, with its uneven terrain and scattered debris, adds complexity. Both animals must constantly adjust their movements to avoid obstacles and maintain balance. As the cobra tires, its strikes become slower and less precise. The mongoose, ever watchful, waits for the perfect moment, a brief lapse in the snake's defense. In a flash, the mongoose lunges, jaws targeting the vulnerable back of the cobra's head or neck. Its bite is swift and forceful, crushing the snake's spine and ending the contest almost instantly. This victory is more than a display of courage. It is a crucial survival tactic. The fallen cobra becomes a valuable meal, rich in protein and energy, sustaining the mongoose in a competitive ecosystem. Yet, the mongoose's diet is not limited to snakes. It is an opportunistic omnivore, foraging for a wide range of food sources across its varied habitats. It seeks out bird eggs, insects, and lizards, using its keen sense of smell and nimble paws to uncover hidden prey. Small mammals, such as field mice, are also hunted, further diversifying the mongoose's diet. By preying on these animals, the mongoose helps regulate populations of potential pests, maintaining balance within the ecosystem and indirectly protecting plant life. Its adaptability allows it to thrive in diverse environments, from dense forests to open grasslands and even the edges of settlements, always finding new ways to survive and hunt. The mongoose versus cobra encounter is a vivid example of the intricate relationships that define the food chain. Each battle is a testament to the mongoose's intelligence, agility, and evolutionary prowess, proving that in nature, survival often favors the bold and the clever over the merely strong. Within the shrouded wetlands and shadowy lagoons of Kaziranga, ancient giants rule the waters and the land that borders them. Here, two of the most formidable apex predators, the Indian rock python and the swamp crocodile, carve out their existence, each perfectly adapted to this untamed realm. The Indian rock python, a massive serpent capable of reaching 6 meters in length, is a master of stealth and patience. Its intricate skin, a tapestry of grey, brown and pale yellow, blends seamlessly with the tangled undergrowth and muddy banks, rendering it nearly invisible as it lies in wait. As night falls, the python becomes a silent hunter, relying on ambush to capture prey, often a deer or wild pig drawn to the water's edge. Its hunting technique is a chilling display of raw power and precision. With lightning speed, the python lunges, seizing its victim with rows of backward-curving teeth designed to grip and hold. But its true weapon is not its bite, but the immense strength of its muscular coils. Instantly, the python wraps its body around the struggling animal, tightening its grip with every exhale, cutting off the flow of blood and air. This method, known as constriction, does not shatter bones, but exerts such relentless pressure that the prey is swiftly suffocated, its heart unable to beat. Once the struggle ends, the python begins the slow, astonishing feat of swallowing its meal whole, a single catch that can sustain it for weeks, sometimes months. Sharing these primeval waters is the swamp crocodile, another relic of a prehistoric world. Its body is shielded by rugged, armor-like scales, and its jaws are lined with jagged teeth capable of crushing bone. The crocodile spends hours submerged, motionless, with only its eyes and nostrils betraying its presence above the water's surface. It is the ultimate patient predator, waiting for the perfect moment as animals approach the water to drink. When opportunity strikes, the crocodile erupts from the water with explosive force, its jaws snapping shut with devastating power. The victim is dragged beneath the surface, drowned and claimed in the crocodile's aquatic domain. Occasionally, the territories of these two titans overlap, setting the stage for a rare and brutal confrontation. A powerful python may target a young crocodile, while a crocodile may seize the chance to overpower a python. The ensuing clash is a primal contest, constricting coils against bone-crushing jaws, each predator wielding its own deadly arsenal. Often neither emerges unscathed. Both are so formidable that these battles can end with grave injuries, and rarely with one overcoming the other. These dramatic encounters are a stark reminder that in Kaziranga's wild heart, even the mightiest predators must always be wary, for the balance of power is never absolute, and every hunter can become the hunted. Section 5. Australia's Arid Arena, the Red Kangaroo's Reign. Leaving the wetlands of India behind, we journey to the sun-scorched heart of Australia, a land defined by its vast, arid landscapes. Here, the undisputed monarch of the outback is the red kangaroo, the largest living marsupial on Earth. A fully grown male or boomer is an impressive sight, standing over 2 meters tall with a coat of distinctive reddish-brown fur that glows in the golden light of dawn and dusk. His powerful hind legs are built for locomotion across an immense and often barren territory. With a single explosive bound, he can cover a distance of up to 9 meters and reach speeds of over 70 kilometers per hour, effortlessly gliding over the sparse vegetation. The red kangaroo's survival in this harsh environment is a marvel of evolutionary adaptation. As a herbivore, it has developed the ability to go for weeks without drinking water, extracting all the moisture it needs from the grasses and succulents it consumes. To cope with the searing daytime heat, it has a unique cooling mechanism. It licks the sparse fur on its forearms, where a network of blood vessels lies close to the skin's surface. As the saliva evaporates, it cools the blood, which then circulates throughout the body, providing essential relief from the relentless sun. This simple yet effective behavior is critical for conserving precious water in a land where it is the most valuable resource. Social life for these magnificent animals revolves around small groups known as mobs, which are typically led by a dominant alpha male. This position is not held for life. It must be earned and defended through ritualistic combat. Rival males engage in dramatic boxing matches, balancing on their thick, muscular tails as if on a third leg, while they grapple and kick at each other with their powerful, clawed hind feet. These fights are not usually to the death, but are intense trials of strength and endurance that determine who will win the right to mate with the females in the mob, ensuring that only the strongest genes are passed on to the next generation. The kangaroo's method of reproduction is another of its defining characteristics as a marsupial. After a very short gestation period, a tiny blind and hairless baby, known as a joey, is born. Measuring just 2 centimeters long, this minuscule creature embarks on an arduous journey, crawling unassisted from the birth canal up its mother's fur and into the safety of her pouch. Here it will attach to a teat and continue to develop for the next 6 months, shielded from the harsh world outside. This remarkable strategy of external development allows the mother to support her young while still being able to roam vast distances in search of food and water, perfectly suiting her to the challenges of the Australian outback. The red kangaroo shares its habitat with a variety of other species, including the emu, with whom it often competes for food and water resources. Predators like the dingo pose a constant threat, and the kangaroo's keen senses and powerful legs are its primary defenses against these agile hunters. Waterholes are critical gathering points where kangaroos must remain vigilant, as these are prime hunting grounds for predators. As twilight descends, the red kangaroo continues its reign over the arid landscape, a testament to the resilience and adaptability of one of nature's most remarkable creatures. On the remote Australian territory of Christmas Island, a natural spectacle of almost unbelievable scale unfolds each year. This is the stage for the annual migration of the Christmas Island red crabs. As the first rains of the wet season arrive, typically between October and December, a silent, ancient signal is triggered. Tens of millions of these vibrant red crustaceans emerge from their solitary burrows in the island's lush rainforests and begin a relentless march towards the coast. This is not a casual stroll. It is an epic and perilous journey driven by the single, overwhelming instinct to reproduce, a force so powerful that it brings the entire island to a standstill. The sheer scale of the migration is honestly just breathtaking. A crimson tide of crabs flows over everything in its path, swarming across roads, climbing up walls, and navigating through gardens. The male crabs typically lead the charge, arriving at the coast first to dig mating burrows. The females follow, and after mating, the males begin their long journey back to the forest, leaving the females to await the perfect moment to release their precious cargo. The culmination of this journey is a moment of profound natural wonder. Guided by the phases of the moon and the turning of the tide, the female crabs gather at the water's edge. As the high tide begins to recede, they lower their bodies and release their eggs into the churning surf of the Indian Ocean. Each female can produce up to 100,000 eggs, and with millions of females participating, the ocean receives a staggering number, billions upon billions of potential new lives. These eggs hatch almost immediately upon contact with salt water, releasing tiny larvae that will drift in the ocean currents for about a month, facing immense predation. Their survival is far from guaranteed. After their month-long journey at sea, the few larvae that have matured into tiny transparent crabs, known as megalopy, must make the perilous journey back to shore. An even greater threat now awaits them on land, the invasive yellow crazy ant. These ants, an ecological disaster for the island, spray a paralyzing acid on the crabs, killing millions of adults and young alike. This tragic battle highlights the extreme fragility of such a specialized ecosystem, where the introduction of a single invasive species can threaten to derail one of the planet's most magnificent and iconic migrations, a testament to the delicate balance of island life. Australia is a land where survival demands both subtlety and strength, and nowhere is this more evident than in the silent killers and tenacious scavengers that roam its southern reaches. The inland taipan, a master of stealth, is the world's most venomous snake. Its existence is a testament to the power of evolutionary arms races, where only the most efficient survive. With a single, precise strike, the taipan injects a complex blend of neurotoxins, enough to end the lives of 100 adult humans. This venom acts with astonishing speed, paralyzing and killing small mammals in moments. Its venom is 50 times more potent than that of a cobra, a biological weapon honed for the sole purpose of subduing warm-blooded prey with ruthless efficiency. Yet, for all its lethality, the taipan is a creature of caution. It shuns confrontation, relying on camouflage and the cover of rocks and burrows to remain unseen. Its hunting strategy is one of patience and precision. The taipan stalks native rodents, delivers a lightning-fast bite, and then withdraws, allowing its venom to immobilize the prey before returning to feed. This method minimizes risk and maximizes success, ensuring the snake's survival in a harsh environment. In the cool, mist-laden forests and woodlands of Tasmania, a very different kind of survivor prowls the undergrowth. The Tasmanian devil, a carnivorous marsupial, is defined not by venom, but by raw, unyielding power and a relentless appetite for flesh and bone. This stocky, dog-sized animal wields the most powerful bite force for its size among all living carnivores. Its jaws can crush bone with ease, allowing it to consume nearly every part of its prey. As a scavenger, the devil is nature's clean-up crew. It devours carcasses left behind by other predators, stripping them to the bone and leaving little to waste. This role is vital, as it prevents the build-up of decaying matter and curbs the spread of disease within the ecosystem. When several devils converge on a carcass, their fierce squabbles and piercing screeches echo through the forest. These confrontations, though chaotic, establish a hierarchy and ensure that even the weakest members of the group have a chance to feed. Despite their formidable reputation, devils are solitary foragers, often traveling great distances in search of food. Their keen sense of smell guides them to the faintest scent of carrion, making them indispensable to the health of their environment. But even the toughest scavengers face threats from within. A unique contagious cancer, devil facial tumor disease, spreads rapidly among devils, manifesting as grotesque tumors that hinder feeding and ultimately lead to starvation. The disease exploits the devil's aggressive feeding and mating behaviors, passing from one individual to another through bites. As tumors grow, they disfigure and debilitate, turning the devil's greatest strength, its powerful jaws, into a tragic vulnerability. The decline of the Tasmanian devil ripples through the ecosystem. With fewer scavengers, carcasses linger, increasing the risk of disease and altering the delicate balance of the forest. The plight of the devil is a stark reminder of the fragility of even the most resilient species, and the intricate web of life that binds predator, scavenger, and prey. In the vast southern oceans, another silent drama unfolds. The pilot whale, a highly intelligent marine mammal, navigates the deep in close-knit family pods. These whales are expert hunters, diving to great depths in search of squid and fish. Their coordinated movements and sophisticated communication allow them to outmaneuver prey in the dark, cold waters, yet their strong social bonds can lead to tragedy. Occasionally, entire pods strand themselves on remote beaches, a phenomenon that remains one of nature's enduring mysteries. The reasons for these mass strandings are not fully understood. Some theories suggest disorientation from shifting magnetic fields, while others point to the whales' unwavering loyalty to their pod, following a distressed leader onto land. In these moments, the strength of their social structure becomes their undoing, as healthy individuals refuse to abandon their companions, even at the cost of their own lives. These events are poignant reminders of the complex strategies and deep connections that define the silent killers and tenacious scavengers of the South, creatures whose lives and deaths shape the very fabric of their wild domains. In the wild heart of Australia, not every tale of survival is written in tooth and claw. Some are stories of quiet brilliance, of creatures who have mastered the art of defense and adaptation, thriving in a world of constant challenge. The wombat, a sturdy, low-slung herbivore, moves with a calm determination through the undergrowth. Its body is built for strength, its mind for persistence. Beneath the surface, the wombat is an unrivaled architect. It carves out vast labyrinths, burrows stretching over 30 meters with hidden chambers and secret exits, a subterranean world of safety and shelter. These underground fortresses are more than homes. They are sanctuaries, cool and dark, where the wombat finds refuge from the harsh sun and lurking dangers. When the shadow of a predator falls across the entrance, the wombat slips silently into its tunnel, vanishing into the earth. Should danger follow, the wombat's defense is ingenious, a shield of bone and cartilage. Its rump forms an impenetrable barrier. With a sudden thrust it can pin and crush, turning the narrow tunnel into a trap for the unwary. Above ground, the wombat's resilience continues. It grazes on the toughest grasses and gnaws on bark, drawing sustenance from what others cannot digest. Its slow, deliberate metabolism is a marvel, extracting every possible nutrient, conserving precious water, and turning scarcity into survival. A single meal may take 2 weeks to journey through its body, a testament to patience and efficiency in a land where both are vital. The wombat leaves behind a signature as unique as itself, cube-shaped droppings scattered like small monuments across its territory. These curious cubes rest atop logs and rocks, steadfast markers that do not roll away, silent messages in the language of scent and shape. Every detail of the wombat's existence, its tunnels, its diet, its defenses, speaks of a creature perfectly attuned to the rhythms and rigors of its world. High above, in the swaying arms of eucalyptus trees, another story unfolds. The koala, gentle and enigmatic, has chosen a path of exquisite specialization. Its life is bound to the eucalyptus, leaves that are tough, bitter, and laced with toxins, a food that few dare to touch. Yet the koala persists, its jaws working methodically, its senses tuned to the subtle differences between leaves, always seeking the safest, most nourishing meal. Deep within, a remarkable digestive system labours, a long, winding cecum teeming with bacteria, breaking down toxins, coaxing sustenance from the unyielding foliage. To survive on so little, the koala has mastered the art of stillness. For up to 22 hours each day, it sleeps, conserving every drop of energy, swaying gently in the treetops. But this delicate balance is easily broken. When the forest falls silent, when the trees are lost, the koala's world shrinks, its sanctuary vanishing. The loss of eucalyptus forests is a silent threat, leaving the koala stranded, unable to adapt, its fate tied to the fate of the trees. Fire sweeps through the land, and disease lingers in the shadows, each challenge a test of the koala's fragile hold on life. The koala's journey is a poignant reminder of nature's paradox, how the very traits that once ensured survival can become vulnerabilities in a world transformed. In the hush of the forest, the koala endures, an emblem of resilience and fragility, holding fast to the treetops, a living testament to the wonders and perils of adaptation. As the sun sets over the wilds of Kaziranga and Australia, a profound tapestry of life is revealed, woven from countless relationships, silent struggles, and the ceaseless rhythm of survival. In the lush, waterlogged plains of Kaziranga, every creature is bound to another. Eagles soar above, their sharp eyes ever watchful, while reptilian giants move through the depths, each encounter shaping the fate of many. The meticulous crested serpent eagle and the audacious grey mongoose are threads in this living web, their actions echoing through the ecosystem. Predators and prey, each fulfilling a role, sculpting the environment, culling the weak, and driving the relentless engine of natural selection. Their interactions ensure the health and vitality of the land. Across the world, in the stark beauty of Australia, life is shaped by isolation and scarcity. Here, every adaptation is a testament to resilience. Survival is a story of extraordinary ingenuity, each species a master of its own challenges. The red kangaroo conserves water with remarkable efficiency. The Tasmanian devil cleanses the land as a scavenger, and the wombat's fortress-like form is a shield against adversity. Each adaptation is a solution, honed by time. The epic migration of the red crabs is a living river pulsing through the forest in a synchronized surge. The koala's dependence on a single toxic plant is a marvel of specialization, a delicate balance between risk and reward. Across continents, creatures reveal countless ways to survive, through force, chemical defenses, or ingenious strategies. Each is a testament to the diversity of life's solutions. Yet beneath this vibrant surface lies a sobering truth. These worlds are fragile, their balance easily disturbed. The relentless advance of the yellow crazy ants disrupts ancient migrations, their presence a ripple that spreads through the web of life. Disease sweeps through populations, altering the fate of species and the structure of entire communities. The loss of habitat leaves some with nowhere to go, their ancient homes vanishing, their futures uncertain. Invasive species and new diseases weave chaos into the fabric of these ecosystems, challenging the resilience of every inhabitant. Landscapes change, sometimes in the blink of an eye, unraveling what nature has taken millennia to create. The threads that connect predator and prey, specialist and environment, can be severed with alarming ease, threatening to silence these ancient theatres forever. The stories of these animals are the story of the planet itself, a reflection of resilience, diversity, and the profound interconnectedness of all life. Every interaction, every adaptation is a testament to the unity and complexity of the living world. The dramatic confrontations and quiet alliances, the struggles and triumphs are reminders of what is at stake in this delicate balance. Delete. As darkness falls over Kaziranga, a new world awakens, one ruled not by the sun, but by the moon's subtle glow. Shadows stretch across the grasslands and tangled forests, and the air grows thick with anticipation. This is the hour of the nocturnal predators, masters of stealth and silence, whose secret lives unfold beneath the stars. The elusive Bengal tiger, cloaked in darkness, becomes a phantom among the reeds. Its striped coat melts into the shifting patterns of moonlight and foliage, making it almost invisible to all but the sharpest eyes. Every step is measured, every movement calculated. With low, deliberate strides, the tiger stalks through the undergrowth, ears attuned to the faintest rustle, a deer grazing, a wild boar shifting in its sleep. The hunt is a lesson in patience. The tiger may wait for hours, muscles coiled, before launching into a swift, explosive attack. Success depends on surprise, for in the night even the apex predator cannot afford a wasted effort. Not far away, the Indian leopard navigates the forest canopy and shadowy trails. Agile and opportunistic, the leopard's domain is both ground and tree. It hunts by ambush, using the cover of darkness to draw near its prey, sometimes a monkey, sometimes a small deer. Its powerful limbs allow it to drag kills high into the branches, away from scavengers and rivals. In the night, the leopard's world is three-dimensional, each branch and thicket a potential pathway to survival. Meanwhile, the fishing cat prowls the marshy edges of Kaziranga's many waterways. Unlike its larger cousins, it specializes in aquatic prey. With keen night vision and partially webbed paws, it waits motionless at the water's edge. At the slightest ripple, it plunges a paw beneath the surface, sometimes emerging with a wriggling fish, sometimes with empty claws. Its survival depends on the rhythm of the wetlands, the silent patience of a hunter perfectly attuned to its environment. Above, the barn owl glides silently on the night air, wings adapted to muffle every beat. Its heart-shaped face funnels the faintest sounds, scurrying rodents, the flutter of insect wings, directly to its ears. With a sudden ghostly swoop, it plucks a mouse from the grass, its talons closing in a heartbeat. The owl's vision pierces the darkness, but it is sound that truly guides its hunt, allowing it to thrive where others falter. On the forest floor, the small but formidable jungle cat stalks through tall grasses, its emerald eyes shining in the moonlight. It relies on speed and agility, darting after birds, reptiles, and rodents. Each night is a gauntlet, a test of reflexes and resilience, for the jungle cat is both predator and prey, always alert, always ready to vanish at the first sign of danger. Together, these nocturnal hunters weave an intricate web of survival. They shape the night, controlling populations and maintaining the delicate balance of Kaziranga's ecosystem. Each has carved out a unique niche. Each has mastered the art of the unseen. In the darkness, their world is one of strategy, adaptation, and silent determination, a testament to the power and mystery of life after sunset. As dawn approaches, the predators retreat to hidden dens and secret lairs. Their stories remain etched in the dew and shadows, waiting to be told with the coming of another night. The secret lives of Kaziranga's nocturnal predators are a reminder that even in darkness the wild is alive with drama, ingenuity, and the relentless pursuit of survival. Beneath the towering grasses and ancient trees of Kaziranga, an unseen world thrives, a microcosm teeming with life, intricate and relentless. This is the realm of insects, nature's smallest engineers and unsung heroes whose lives unfold in silent harmony and fierce competition. As dawn's first light filters through the mist, dew clings to the delicate wings of dragonflies poised above shimmering ponds. Their iridescent bodies flicker like living jewels, darting and weaving in aerial ballets. Each movement is purposeful. Dragonflies are both predators and prey, feasting on mosquitoes and gnats while evading the snapping beaks of birds and the stealthy strike of frogs. In the shadowy undergrowth, armies of ants march in perfect formation, following invisible chemical trails. They are builders, scavengers, and fierce defenders of their colonies. Some cultivate fungus deep underground, others herd aphids like cattle, harvesting sweet honeydew in exchange for protection. Every ant has a role, and together their collective strength shapes the very soil and structure of the forest floor. Hidden among the leaves, a praying mantis sways with the breeze, its limbs folded in silent anticipation. With lightning reflexes, it ambushes unsuspecting victims, flies, moths, even other mantises. Here, survival is a delicate dance of patience and precision, where every meal could be a matter of life or death. Across the open meadows, butterflies flutter in a riot of colour, sipping nectar from wildflowers. Their delicate presence belies a vital purpose. They are pollinators carrying life from bloom to bloom. Without them, the forest's tapestry would unravel, and the cycle of renewal would falter. Termites toil in darkness, their mud towers rising like miniature fortresses from the earth. Within these walls they recycle dead wood, turning decay into nourishment for the soil. Their work supports the growth of trees, which in turn shelter countless other creatures. Beneath a rotting log, beetles and millipedes break down fallen leaves and branches, transforming debris into fertile ground. They are the custodians of decay, ensuring that nothing in the forest is wasted, that every ending feeds a new beginning. The microcosm of insects is not just a world of survival, but of connection. They are prey for birds and mammals, partners to plants and fungi, and architects of the land itself. Their lives, though small, ripple through the ecosystem, sustaining the balance upon which all life in Kaziranga depends. In the hush of morning, as sunlight warms the earth, the insect world hums with unseen activity, a testament to resilience, adaptation, and the extraordinary power of the tiny and the many. As twilight deepens over Kaziranga, a new orchestra awakens, the Amphibian Symphony. Hidden beneath leaves, nestled in muddy banks, and perched along the water's edge, frogs and toads emerge from their daytime shelters, their voices rising in a chorus that echoes across the wetlands. The rhythm begins with the low, resonant croak of the bullfrog, a sound that ripples through the still air and signals the start of night's performance. Soon, tree frogs add their high-pitched trills, a delicate percussion that blends with the soft chirr of crickets. Each species has its own unique call, a signature melody that carries over ponds and marshes, weaving a tapestry of sound that is both invitation and challenge. For the males, these songs are declarations, staking territory, seeking mates, and warning rivals. For the forest, they are a sign of life's persistence, even in the shadows. Beneath the water's surface, newts and salamanders glide with quiet grace among tangled roots and submerged leaves. Their slender bodies, adorned with vivid markings, reveal a hidden world where gills and lungs, land and water coexist in perfect balance. Tadpoles swirl in schools, grazing on algae and detritus, transforming before our eyes from fish-like swimmers to air-breathing adults, a metamorphosis as miraculous as any in the wild. Amphibians are more than musicians of the night. They are vital cogs in Kaziranga's ecosystem. They feast on swarms of insects, keeping populations in check and reducing the spread of disease. In turn, they become prey for snakes, birds, and even the occasional carnivorous plant. Their permeable skin absorbs water and air, making them sensitive sentinels of environmental change, silent witnesses to the health of their world. When monsoon rains flood the plains, amphibians seize the moment. Temporary pools become nurseries, filled with eggs that glisten like strings of pearls. Within days, the water teems with new life, each tiny heartbeat a promise of renewal. The cycle of birth, transformation, and survival continues, echoing through the seasons. In the hush of night, the Amphibian Symphony swells and fades, a living soundtrack to the intricate web of Kaziranga. Their calls remind us that even the smallest voices can shape the fate of a landscape, and that in every drop of water life's song endures. As dawn breaks over Kaziranga, the Reptilian Realm stirs to life. Under the gentle warmth of the morning sun, the diverse inhabitants of this ancient lineage begin their daily rituals, each uniquely adapted to the rhythms of their environment. First to emerge are the sun worshippers, Indian rock pythons. Coiled in the underbrush, they stretch out, their scales shimmering like polished armor. With slow, deliberate movements, they navigate the terrain, their forked tongues flicking to sense the air, detecting chemical cues that reveal the presence of prey or rivals. Nearby, the Bengal monitor lizard prowls with a stealthy grace. Its powerful limbs and sharp claws make it an adept climber, while its keen sense of smell guides it to hidden nests of eggs and small mammals. In the heat of the day, it will retreat to the cool shade of burrows, conserving energy for the next hunt. In the canopy above, the Indian flying lizard displays its remarkable adaptation. With a sudden leap, it extends its ribbed wing-like flaps, gliding effortlessly between branches. This aerial maneuver not only aids in foraging, but also in evading predators, a masterful demonstration of evolution's ingenuity. On the forest floor, a spectacle unfolds as two male king cobras engage in a ritualistic combat dance. Rising to their full height, they entwine in a display of strength and dominance, each vying for the right to claim territory and mating privileges. Their hoods flare and their eyes lock in an intense stare, a silent yet powerful confrontation. As the day progresses, the swampy marshes become a theatre of survival. Marsh crocodiles lie in wait, their eyes and nostrils barely above the water's surface. With patience honed over millennia, they strike with lightning speed, their powerful jaws clamping down on unsuspecting prey. In these murky depths, they are the undisputed rulers. The Indian chameleon, with its remarkable colour-changing ability, blends seamlessly into its surroundings. This master of disguise can alter its skin pigment to match the greens and browns of the foliage, an effective strategy for both ambush hunting and avoiding detection. In the late afternoon, the forest resonates with the calls of geckos. These nocturnal hunters emerge as the sun sets, their adhesive toe pads allowing them to scale vertical surfaces with ease. Their large, reflective eyes give them an advantage in the dim light, spotting insects that become their evening meal. As night falls, the reptilian realm takes on a new dimension. The forest floor glows with bioluminescent fungi, illuminating the paths of nocturnal snakes like the banded crate. This venomous serpent glides silently through the leaf litter, its distinctive black and yellow bands a warning to potential threats. The reptiles of Kaziranga, from the smallest skink to the largest crocodile, each play a vital role in the ecosystem. They are hunters and hunted, guardians of balance and bearers of ancient wisdom. In their scales, we see the legacy of a world that has thrived for millions of years, a testament to nature's enduring resilience. In the heart of Kaziranga, the reptilian realm is a microcosm of survival, adaptation, and the relentless drive of life. As the sun sets and the forest settles into twilight, their silent vigil continues, a reminder of the intricate web of existence that binds all living creatures. As the monsoon recedes and the air cools, the sky above Kaziranga transforms into a living tapestry, a grand procession of wings. This is the season of the Avian Migration, a spectacle as old as the rivers that carve the landscape below. From distant lands, flocks of bar-headed geese, painted storks, and northern pintails embark on epic journeys, guided by the invisible compass of instinct. Their wings slice through the thinning clouds, carrying them over mountains, forests, and endless stretches of water. High above, the bar-headed goose claims the title of the highest-flying migratory bird, braving the icy winds of the Himalayas. Their streamlined bodies and powerful hearts propel them through oxygen-starved altitudes, a feat few creatures could survive. They descend in graceful spirals, calling out to one another before settling on the shimmering wetlands of the Brahmaputra floodplains. Here they find sanctuary, abundant food, open water, and the safety of numbers. In the shallows, painted storks wade with deliberate steps, their curved bills probing the mud for fish and amphibians. With each movement, they stir the water, triggering a chain reaction that brings hidden prey into reach, not just for themselves, but for other opportunistic birds that follow in their wake. The arrival of these migrants signals a time of abundance, drawing resident species like jacanas and kingfishers to share in the seasonal feast. But the journey is perilous. Storms, exhaustion, and predatory raptors thin their ranks. Some falter, their feathers dusted with fatigue, yet the flock presses on, driven by an ancient rhythm that echoes across continents. Each arrival is a triumph, a testament to endurance and navigation woven into the fabric of Kaziranga's ecosystem. As the days grow shorter, the wetlands become a symphony of calls, cranes bugling, ducks chattering, herons croaking, to create a chorus that fills the dawn and dusk. These avian travelers shape the land with their presence, spreading seeds, stirring nutrients, and providing sustenance for countless creatures. Their migrations synchronize with the pulse of the earth, connecting distant realms in a delicate seasonal embrace. When the time comes, the flocks gather once more, restless and alert. With a sudden lift, they rise into the sky, their V formations etching patterns against the fading light. Their departure leaves a silence, but also a promise that next season the sky will again be alive with the ceaseless wonder of migration, and the cycle of life will continue, uninterrupted and eternal. Beneath the shifting sky and among the emerald reeds, Kaziranga's wetlands breathe with a quiet complexity, a living web spun from countless connections. Here every ripple in the water, every flutter of wings, and every silent footfall is a thread in a tapestry of survival. At dawn, the Indian's smooth-coated otter glides between lily pads, its sleek body leaving only a faint wake. With keen eyes it hunts for fish, chasing them into the tangled roots where they seek refuge. But the otter is not alone. Nearby, a marsh crocodile lies in ambush, motionless but alert, waiting for the moment when a careless bird or amphibian draws near the water's edge. Above, a purple heron stands poised, its elongated neck a spring coiled in patience. With a sudden strike, it snatches a frog whose chorus at dusk is both invitation and warning. The heron's meal stirs the water, sending insects skimming across the surface. Easy prey for the agile pied kingfisher, hovering and diving with pinpoint precision. In the shallows, buffaloes wade, their heavy bodies churning the mud. This disturbance brings up snails and aquatic invertebrates, which attract jacanas, delicate birds with impossibly long toes that walk atop floating vegetation. The jacanas, in turn, stir up smaller insects, drawing swallows to swoop and feast above the water. Even the smallest creatures play their part. Water beetles scuttle beneath the surface, feeding on detritus and algae, keeping the wetlands clean. Their larvae become food for dragonflies, whose aerial acrobatics are matched only by the tree frogs leaping from reed to reed. As the sun climbs, a cloud of butterflies rises from the banks, drawn to blooming water hyacinth. Their presence invites predatory spiders, which weave silken traps between stems, catching the unwary. Each meal, each movement sends tremors through the web, felt by all, seen by few. Predator and prey, scavenger and grazer, builder and destroyer, each is both giver and taker, bound by invisible ties. The wetlands thrive not through the strength of any one creature, but through their intricate interdependence. Here survival is not a solitary feat, but a shared endeavor, an endless dance of balance and adaptation. As dusk falls, the chorus of frogs returns, blending with the distant calls of cranes and the hum of insects. In this world without humans, life persists through connection. Every heartbeat, every breath is a note in the symphony of the wetlands, a testament to the unseen, unbroken web that holds Kaziranga together. In the heart of Kaziranga, where the land is shaped by monsoon and river, a silent dynasty reigns, the Mammalian Masters. Without the shadow of humankind, these creatures command the grasslands, forests, and floodplains, shaping the destiny of all who dwell here. The one-horned rhinoceros, a living relic of a primordial age, emerges at dawn, its armor-plated hide glistening with dew. Solitary yet unchallenged, it grazes on tall elephant grass, its movements carving new paths through the thickets. Wherever the rhino treads, it creates open spaces that nurture fresh shoots, inviting smaller grazers and a mosaic of new life. Its dung, rich and abundant, becomes a banquet for dung beetles and a nursery for countless insects, fertilizing the soil and fueling the next cycle of growth. Across the plain, family herds of wild Asiatic elephants traverse ancient migration routes. Led by matriarch, these gentle giants move with purpose and unity, their social bonds as deep as the rivers they cross. Each step they take shapes the forest, uprooting trees, clearing underbrush, and opening corridors of sunlight. Their trunks pluck fruit from towering fig trees, scattering seeds along their journey. In their wake, forests regenerate and flourish, their diversity owed to the elephant's ceaseless wanderings. In the tangled undergrowth, herds of swamp deer, Barasingha, move as one, their antlers rising above the reeds like a fleet of masts. The dominant stag leads, defending his harem from rivals in displays of strength and stamina. Their grazing controls the spread of grasses, while their vigilance sharpens the senses of all. Where deer tread, predators follow, and the balance of life is maintained through their constant interplay. Not far behind, the elusive Bengal tiger stalks the margins of the herd. A solitary sovereign, the tiger is both hunter and caretaker, its presence keeping prey populations in check and ensuring the health of the herds. Each successful hunt leaves behind remains that feed scavengers and enrich the earth, dispersing nutrients to every corner of the ecosystem. Even the smallest mammals play their part. The wild boar, with its rooting snout, tills the soil in search of tubers and grubs, aerating the land and stirring seeds to life. Packs of golden jackals roam the open country, their intricate social hierarchies enabling them to outwit larger competitors and scavenge the leftovers of the mighty. Above all, these mammals are architects of balance. Their social structures, matriarchal herds, solitary titans, cunning packs, are not just strategies for survival, but the blueprints of the ecosystem itself. Through their daily routines, alliances, and rivalries, they shape the land, dictate the rhythms of life and death, and ensure that Kaziranga's wild heart beats on. As night falls, the grasslands echo with the calls of mothers to calves, the trumpeting of elephants, and the distant roar of the tiger. In this world without humans, the Mammalian Masters rule not through dominance alone, but through their profound influence on every living thing. Their legacy is written in the very fabric of Kaziranga, a testament to the power of community, adaptation, and the ancient dance of life. In the wild heart of Kaziranga, land is life, and every patch is claimed, contested, and defended with unwavering resolve. As the monsoon recedes and the grasslands dry, invisible boundaries emerge, etched not by fences but by ancient instinct and the relentless pulse of survival. In the golden haze of dawn, a solitary rhinoceros patrols the edge of its domain, its horn lowers, scraping the earth, leaving a trail of scent and warning for any challenger bold enough to cross. Each step is a declaration: this land, these wallows are mine. But the scent of another male hangs in the humid air. A rival emerges, massive and determined, and the two titans circle, posturing. The clash is brief but thunderous, horn against horn, hide against hide, until one relents, ceding territory and access to the choicest grazing grounds. In this contest, victory means survival, defeat, exile to the margins. Not far away, the great elephants marshal their own silent wars. Bull elephants, driven by the restless urge of must, challenge each other for dominance and the right to roam the richest forests. Their confrontations are a ballet of power, trunks entwined, tusks locked in slow, grinding duels. The victor gains not only land, but the respect of the herd, while the defeated withdraws, nursing wounds and pride. In the tall reeds, the drama plays out on a finer scale. A stag, Barasingha, antlers wide and gleaming, stands sentinel at the boundary of his harem. Intruders are met with snorts and stamping hooves, ritualized displays that escalate into furious battles during the rut. The winner claims the right to mate and the best feeding grounds, while the vanquished is forced to wander, ever watchful for another chance. Territory is not only about strength but cunning. The Bengal tiger, the silent shadow of Kaziranga, navigates a mosaic of overlapping ranges. Each tiger's realm is mapped in scent and silent patrols. When borders blur, fierce encounters erupt, roars echo, claws flash, and the forest holds its breath. Sometimes blood is shed, more often displays of dominance and scent markings are enough to avoid conflict, ensuring the delicate balance persists. Even the smallest creatures play their part. Packs of golden jackals weave through the grass, testing the edges of larger predators' domains, scavenging where they can, always alert for the warning growl that signals a line not to be crossed. In Kaziranga, territory is more than space. It is safety, sustenance, and the promise of future generations. Every day battles are waged and truces forged, shaping the ever-shifting tapestry of life. Here the struggle for land is relentless, but it is also the engine of evolution, driving adaptation and resilience in all who call this wild kingdom home. As the sun sets, the victors settle into their hard-won realms, while the defeated melt into the shadows, waiting for fortune to turn. In the eternal battle for territory, there are no guarantees, only the endless contest written in hoofprints, claw marks, and the indomitable will to endure. In the heart of Kaziranga, every life is a thread woven into a vast living tapestry, each birth, each struggle, each silent passing, a part of the eternal cycle that binds all creatures. As the first light of dawn spills across the floodplains, a mother Barasinga gives birth in the shelter of tall reeds. Her fawn, unsteady yet determined, blinks at the world for the very first time. Nearby, a herd of elephants forms a gentle wall of protection around a newborn calf, their trunks caressing, guiding, teaching, passing down the knowledge of survival from one generation to the next. But life here is never without peril. A marshy pool stirs as a mugger crocodile glides unseen, its patient eyes fixed on a careless egret chick straying too far from its nest. The chase is swift, the lesson unforgiving. The rhythm of predation is the pulse of the land, swift and merciless, yet necessary for balance. A clouded leopard, silent as moonlight, stalks a troop of langurs, choosing the weakest among them. In this moment, the predator's hunger and the prey's fear are two sides of the same coin, each shaping the other, refining instincts, forging resilience. As the day unfolds, life ebbs and flows across the grasslands and forests. A python coils around a careless rodent, its grip both an end and a beginning, for the python's meal sustains it through lean times, while the rodent's passing nourishes the soil, feeding the grasses that will one day sustain another. Death is not an end, but a transformation, an offering back to the earth from which all life springs. When the sun sets, scavengers emerge. Jackals and vultures gather, their keen senses drawn to the scent of opportunity. They pick clean the remains of the day's fallen, ensuring nothing is wasted. In their patient work, they close the circle, returning nutrients to the soil, feeding the trees, the grass, the teeming insects beneath the surface. Every heartbeat in Kaziranga is connected, predator and prey, hunter and hunted, the newborn and the dying. In the darkness, a tigress grooms her cubs, teaching them the ways of the forest. In the undergrowth, new seeds sprout where her prey once fell. The cycle continues, unbroken and eternal, life and death in perfect, delicate balance. Here in the wilds of Kaziranga, the circle of life turns with each rising sun, each passing storm, each silent footstep. And though the actors change, the story endures, an endless dance, beautiful and fierce, where every creature has its moment in the light and every ending is a promise of new beginnings.